Alright, so this is a Mission amp, and I'm currently running a HarpAttack pedal through it, and I'm using a Turner microphone with a controlled magnetic. So I want to show what this HarpAttack does. So the amp is at 2. I keep my treble pretty high at about 8 or 9 and the bass at about 6. Might actually lower that just a little bit though. I kind of like a lot of treble because it's a really bassy mic and I think it cuts better. You know, it's just my opinion though. But let's hear what it sounds like. Alright, so on the HarpAttack, I got the drive at about 10 o'clock right now. And the volume will be all the way up, and I got the tone all the way up. I find at lower volumes, this amp is very bassy, and this just doesn't work with this microphone. I need as less bass as possible. So, click it on. This is a microphonic tube sound. It's normal with this pedal because there's tube in there. So, let's listen to it. The drive is at about 10. But I think I said that. Yeah. So that's what that does. Let's go back to clean. Right back to that. So let's add a little more drive. Go back to 1 o'clock. At this point, I think you can start adding bass because the, I don't know, it gets pretty harsh, but I like to keep the tone up. Let's crank it. So, whoa, everything is up, everything's cranked. Yeah, it's I'm gonna back it off and go to about 2 o'clock. I'm pretty into that highly amplified tone, like a pig nose tone. It's like rocker, you know. You know, let's kind of mess around with it just a little more. So we got that. I mean, the volume, you know, you can all the way up with the drive. You can kind of use it as an attenuation a little bit. So if you get the amp up to like 5 and now the volume's at about 10. You know, so if you want a little bit more amp tone, And I like to keep the amp at the, the low volume. Let's try chromatic through it. Not much of a chromatic player, but... So yeah, it sounds good. It's a great pedal. It's hard to power it because of the 18 volts. So I'm using this weird pedal board that I have, but I managed to track one down. But let's just play a little bit more. So yeah, that's the HarpAttack pedal. It's a cool pedal. I dig it. I hope this video helps with somebody who's wanting to get one. I've played through a Heartbreak. It's very similar. Might be easier to use, if you need a 9 volt. If you don't have an 18 volt, it's smaller. I like the connections and how they come from the top because I keep it on top of my amplifier. So that's one little weird plus for me. Not to mention, because I don't need the bass boost, I like the fact that this one has a tone knob, so I can actually get more treble than I can get more bass, which I prefer that. So I think there's a consideration there, and I've used this to a PA, and it sounds pretty good. And it drives a big amp if you need it. So, yeah, hope you dig this.